All right, shalom, shalom. First off and foremost, as always, I want to say, call Halim La Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash, double honor be unto the elder apostles of Great Millstone that do rule and teach well. And then shalom to you, Ankim out there that's pushing this truth through the spirit, through the power, and through the name of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash. Okay, so this is going to be a quick lesson. Lord's word is lessons edifying to the Lord's sheep. And I just wanted to touch on how, the return of Yahweh Shai, is going to be like a thief in the night, as the scriptures say. Because if you're new to this, the truth and you're tuning in, okay, I'm pretty sure that you are familiar with the account in the book of Exodus going in about the death of the firstborn. Okay, when the Lord sent a death angel, okay, upon the firstborn of the Egyptians, okay? And if you didn't know, that death angel, that was sent out to judge the firstborn of the Egyptians, okay, was Yahweh Shai, okay? And it's spiritual because, that was ancient Egypt, and, Yahweh Shai being that death angel, he greatly judged, the firstborn of the Egyptians. Now, fast forward to today, we're in the spiritual Egypt, okay, America, okay, also known as Babylon the Great. Okay, Yahweh Shai is going to come, he's going to come and return into this spiritual Egypt, and judge his righteousness, and take down these nations, okay? So it's very spiritual that Yahweh Shai is going to come back and return again in his angelic form. Okay, and this Egypt, okay, this Egypt 2.0, okay. So let's grab this quick precept. This First Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 1, and it says, "But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you." And why is that? Because, you should know the times that we're living in. We're living in the times of prophecy. 2024. Okay, deemed by the elder prophets is titled "The Hopeful Year of Jacob's Trouble." Okay, and we, Lord's will, shit's the fan this year. Because we want to see this place, go, and which it will, but we in captivity, man. And I'm pretty sure that you brothers, are pretty fed up with being in captivity. But hey, we gotta, that's part of this truth. Patience, suffering. So we're waiting on Yahweh Shai to return. Okay. Case in point, this precept. Okay, and it says, verse 2, it says, For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord Yahweh Shai so cometh as a thief in the night, because the Lord is gonna come unexpectedly. Okay. Actually, let's get this right here. This is 1 Thessalonians 5 and 2 in the NLT, and it says, "For you know quite well that the day of the Lord's return will come unexpectedly, like a thief in the night." Right? Because because a thief, a burglar, he's not gonna announce that he's not gonna come to the front door and tell you and ask him to let him in. No, he's gonna come when you least expect it. When you are vulnerable. When you are, when you have your guard down, you see? And that's how the Lord Yahweh Shai is going to return. Just like how it says in the book of Matthew. Let's snag that real quick. All right. Matthew 24 and verse, let's see. Verse 36, and it says, "But of that day and hour know no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only." You see, so only, the Most High, God Yahweh, the Father, okay, only He knows the day, okay? Not the angels, not even Yahweh Shai himself knows. You see, only the Most High Yahweh knows, okay? And it says, verse 37, All right, but as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. You see, so he's going to come unexpectedly. And just like today, like how Shai just said in verse 38, you can see that, people are, giving in the flesh more nowadays in these last days, drinking, being lewd, committing all kinds of, things in the flesh, partying, bullshitting, bread and circus. These people are so caught up in the fast life of Babylon, not knowing that, they're living in the last days. We're living in very prophetic times, and we're living in the last days that are going to lead up to Yahweh return. Okay. And just like, during the time of ancient Egypt, it was swift judgment, okay, upon, the Egyptians, upon their firstborn. It was very swift judgment. That death angel being Yahweh came like a thief in the night, literally came at night. Okay. And to prove that, to land back in 1 Thessalonians 5 and verse 2, let's go to Exodus chapter, what's that, 12 and verse 29, okay? Yep, and it says, and it came to pass that at midnight, right, there during the nighttime, and that's why this lesson is titled As a Thief in the Night, okay? And it came to pass that at midnight, the Lord Yahweh Shai smote all the firstborn in the land of Egypt. Okay, and I'm gonna get, excuse me, I'm gonna prove to you and how that was Yahweh Shai. Okay, and it says that at midnight the Lord smote all the firstborn in the land of Egypt. Okay, now what does that word smoke mean? Okay, like I said, if you're new watching this, all right, you just now find out about this truth. Well, just know that the Lord Yahweh Shai is coming back to do some damage. Okay, once again. All right. Now, Lord's will, this pops up. Okay. Let's see. All right, so it's not working all of a sudden. So let's just do this. This is what I'll do. All right, let's go to the word. I'm just highlight it and just look it up. Now, the word smote, it says strike with a firm blow. Okay. And there it is, with the so strike, a heavy strike, so the Lord, he did great damage, and Egypt was ancient Egypt was very, very huge. So, it was a lot of, firstborn of the Egyptians that got judged, a whole lot. Okay. And it says, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sat on his throne unto the firstborn of the captive that was in the dungeon, and all the firstborn of cattle, even the firstborn of the animals. You see? And it says, and Pharaoh rose up in the night, he and all his servants, and all the Egyptians. And there was a great cry in Egypt, for there was not a house where there was not one dead. So, amen, that was great judgment that was sent upon the house of the Egyptians. Okay, and just like today, being that we're in Egypt all over again. Okay, let's prove that real quick. Let's go to Revelation chapter 11 and verse 8, and it says, and their dead bodies shall line the street of the great city. Okay, and that's talking about the Israelites. Okay, where you have our people that are here in captive in Babylon, and they don't know who they are. The Gentiles, they're spiritually dead. They're spiritually asleep. And then on top of that too, you have a lot of Israelites that have, their blood was shed here in this great city, being Babylon. Okay, and it says, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord Yahushua was crucified. You know, and this place is called Sodom because you can clearly see why, with all the alphabet community activity. Okay, a lot of people here, they fall into that evil spirit, that Mo activity. And it says in Egypt, because if you look, there's a few reasons. Look in your dollar bill, the pyramid behind on a dollar bill. There's a whole lot of parallels between America and ancient Egypt. Okay, this place is a few kingdoms rolled up into one. This place is Sodom and Gomorrah spiritually Egypt, spiritually Nineveh. So Babylon the Great. What else? Spiritually Rome. This is Rome. This is Rome all over again. Rome 2.0. Okay, so this is a land of great confusion. Okay, and it says spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord Yahushua was crucified. Right, in this land, the Lord was turned. You know, they turn him to being a so-called black man to a so-called white man. Okay, they xed out the image of our Lord, and especially our people. They believe that image, and people believe that the only begotten Son is a damn Edomite. Okay, now let's head back to, or is it at? Let's head back to. Actually, let's drop that. Now, I want to prove that angel is Yahushai. Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon 18 and verse 13. Okay. Wisdom of Solomon 18 and verse 13. Okay. To verse 15, it says, for whereas they would not believe anything by reason of the enchantments upon the destruction of the firstborn, right? And this is going in about the ancient Egypt, okay? Upon the destruction of the firstborn, right? The firstborn of what? The firstborn of the Egyptians. And it says, they acknowledged this people to be the sons of the Most High, right? And it says, talking about us, Israel, the Egyptians, they, that shook up Pharaoh, and the Egyptians, okay? And it says, and actually, I believe after that happened, after the Lord killed the firstborn of the Egyptians, that's when Pharaoh had enough, and he wanted us to to leave, Egypt, get out of there, and that shook him up. Verse 14, it says, for while all things were in quiet silence, right? Because we didn't go back, we just read it in Exodus. Okay, it said that at midnight, and at midnight, everything is, you're sleeping, it's dark outside, so everything is quiet, right? For while all things were in quiet silence, and that night was in the midst of her swift course, thine almighty word leaped down from heaven. And who's the almighty word? Yahushai. Okay, the word came down, was made flesh, right? The Lord Yahweh sent Yahushai here down to earth in the flesh, right? Going in about how Yahushai came here down humble, okay? But this right here in the context talking about ancient Egypt and how the Lord sent that death angel being Yahushai to judge the firstborn of the Egyptians and their cattle. All right, so you can see that parallel. He's gonna come around full circle because this is Egypt all over again. All right, and it says, verse 15, thine almighty word leaped down from heaven out of thy royal throne as a fierce man of war into the midst of a land of destruction. Okay, so there's not going to be a pretty sight, to see, because the scriptures say that the day of the Lord is going to be a day of gloominess, a right day of darkness, distress. Shall we snag that? This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 1 and verse, let's see here, verse 14, and it says, the great day of the Lord. Let's just highlight this real quick. All right. Verse 14, it says, the great day of the Lord is near. It is near and it hasteth greatly. Even the voice of the day of the Lord, Yahweh Bashmal Shai, the mighty man shall cry there bitterly. So it's gonna be a very horrific, sight to see. It says in Luke chapter 21, men's hearts fell into for fear because of that, because listen, Yahweh Shai is gonna, alter reality. It's gonna be like how, Esau depicts in his Hollywood movies, like an alien invasion, but it's gonna be like that, but times 100. It's gonna be way worse, than what you're than what you can imagine. That's gonna be a very scary sight. All right, but that's why, we hope that we're part of the elect, so we're delivered and not caught up in that destruction. You see. So it says, the mighty man shall cry there bitterly. Verse 15, it says, that day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness. And why is it going to be dark? Because of those chariots, man. Because it says that every eye shall see him. All right. Those chariots are going to return, and Yahushua is going to return that fathership. All right. Just like it says in the book of, Esdras, so second Esdras, the 13th chapter. Okay. And also says that in Isaiah 19 and verse 1, actually, I believe that was on my list. Let me double check. Yep. That was on my list. So I might as well get that. Right. This Isaiah 19 and verse 1. And it says, the burden of Egypt. Right, man. The burden of Egypt. Okay. And this Egypt is talking about America. This is not talking about ancient Egypt. All right. It says, behold, the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai rideth upon a swift cloud. What's that swift cloud? Okay, chariot, in which, like I said, if you're new watching this, tuning in to the truth. Okay, a chariot is what you would call today a UFO. Okay, a so-called UFO. That's what they call it today. But that's, the heavenly vehicles of the Lord. Okay, those are going to be the vehicles. Okay, that is going to deliver the Lord's elect. Okay, that's what the Lord Yahweh Shai is going to, return in. He's going to come into, Babylon, the spiritual Egypt, and do some damage. Okay. And it says, a swift cloud and shall come into Egypt. Right. Just like a thief in the night, just like he came, in ancient Egypt. Okay. As that death angel, he's going to come, okay, into this Egypt all over again. Okay. Upon that swift cloud. Okay. And do some swift judgment. All right. And it says, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. Right. So this place is doomed. Okay. This place known as, America is doomed, man. It's doomed. All right. And there's nothing that anyone can do about it because why? Because it's prophecy. Okay. So the day of the Lord Yahweh Shai is going to come like a thief in the night, and, guess what? We hasten for that day. Let's snag that real quick. This is the book of 2 Peter, chapter 3, and verse, where is it at? 12. And it says, looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of the Most High, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. And how is that going to happen? By thermonuclear destruction. Okay. And if you didn't know, this empire, this Babylonian Empire, America, is going to be burned up by thermonuclear destruction. Okay. During World War III. All right. And that's according to the Holy Bible. That's the Most High's word. and that's the day that we hasten it because, we want to see this place go, in which it will be. But, we truly want to see, the downfall of our enemies, and we hasten the return of Yahweh Shai because he's going to come back to deliver us, and it says that Matthew 24 and verse 31. So Yahweh Shai is going to come. He's going to return and he's going to come on a search and destroy mission. Okay, he's going to save his elect. At the same time, he's going to destroy Babylon. All right. Okay. He's going to destroy this spiritual Egypt. All right. This is Matthew 24 and verse 31. And it says, and he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect. Okay. And who is the elect? The elect is going to be 12,000 men out of each of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, the 144,000. Okay. That's the elect right there. The men that are standing stiffly for the name, okay, of Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay. And it says, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. Okay. And the elect, wherever they may be, because it pertains to the curses, we were scattered as a people, so the elect, they're going to be delivered no matter where they are, regardless. Okay. If you're the elect, you're going to get delivered regardless. Okay. But the point of this lesson was, to show you how Yahweh Shai is going to come, back into Egypt again, just like he did as the death angel in ancient Egypt. He's going to, return back here and do some damage once more. Okay. So just like, it was unexpected towards, the Egyptians, the death of their firstborn is going to be unexpected. Yahweh Shai's return is going to be unexpected, this time around as well, once he returns, and does some damage to these nations, to Babylon, to ultimately, towards the wicked. Okay. Because when you go to the book of Isaiah, and I'll end off on here actually, this Isaiah chapter 66 and verse 15. And it says, for behold, the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai will come with fire. Okay. With fire, and his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with the flames of fire. And what's that talking about? Talking about those that concentrated energy, those laser beams coming out of those chariots. Okay, let's read it one more time. For behold, the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with the flames of fire. For by fire and by a sword will the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai plead with all flesh. Okay, and the word plead, when you look into it, it means judgment, judge. Okay. For by fire and by a sword will the Lord judge with all flesh. So people are going to get judged, man. Okay. A lot of these Babylonians, or should I say these modern day Egyptians, they're going to get judged, okay, harshly. And that's according to the scriptures. Okay, this is the words of Yahweh Shema Shai. And it says, for by fire and by sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. Just like how the slain was many in ancient Egypt, dealing with the firstborn. Okay, he said that, it was a great cry throughout all Egypt. Okay, and it was very, horrific. It was very, catastrophic. So how much more, when he returns back this time around in his glorious apparel. okay, in his very powerful and angelic, form. It's not going to be, no hugs, no questions asked. It's going to be just straight up judgment, okay? And that's what this place needs. Babylon needs, to be put down like a sick dog, man. Okay? Babylon's done. Esau is done. Okay? So Lord's will, this lesson was edifying to the Lord's sheep. Okay? And I just want to say, Kol and La, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash. Once again, I want to give double honor being to the elder apostles of Great Millstone that do rule and teach well. And once again, I want to say shalom to you, Akim out there that's pushing this truth through the spirit, through the power, and through the name of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash. Shalom to the 144,000, the elect. That being said, shalom.